We have a special guest with us who will be delivering a special address. Let me welcome to all of you Sri Abhishek Kumar, Director IT, National Health Authority, Government of India. We welcome Sri Abhishek Kumar. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today. Abhishek Kumar is a 2006 IAS officer. Prior joining National Health Authority, Sri Kumar was posted as an Additional Commissioner Income Tax, and he holds a BTech in Computer Science from IIT Kanpur. He has authored a book titled Mathematics for Learning Physics, and he has coveted several posts as an officer. But here today, he'll be talking about leading IT through pandemic, takes future roadmap for pharma. So, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so as we know, after COVID, entire landscape had changed in so many sectors, especially healthcare sector. Reason is after COVID, a pandemic, it has created an entirely new kind of ecosystem where people are kind of afraid to visit hospitals, labs, go to pharmacies, obviously because of the reason that COVID is very contagious. And there is a general tendency now to avail of services through digital mode. So this is the transformation brought about by COVID. And from technology perspective, from cloud perspective, it has led to change in entire landscape. So how the landscape had changed, it is not so difficult to understand it, because after COVID, people have a tendency to avoid physical contacts. At the same time, the culture of work from home has gained ground. Earlier, we used to think that without visiting our office, probably we can't work and the work will be impacted. These notions are outdated notions now. So, cloud becomes very handy in this respect. So, basically, cloud enables us to work from wherever we want, and using internet connectivity, we can operate from any place, right? So that way, cloud has become the technology in currency. Coming to technology part in general, currently in NHA we are doing the project Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Earlier it was known as National Digital Health Mission. Last year it was launched by Honorable Prime Minister on 15th August in pilot mode in 6 union territories, and recently it has been launched at national scale with the change name of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. So, from technology perspective, it is interesting to talk about this project, how this project intends to change the technology landscape and healthcare sector of the country. As we know, in the digital world, uh, the use of technology means people should be able to avail of various types of healthcare and wellness services in digital mode using a smartphone. So, to enable that, in Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, we are creating some basic building blocks. What is the meaning of building blocks? So, basically, it is about creating identities of various entities involved, like health ID for citizens, healthcare professional ID for various types of healthcare professionals, facility ID for various types of healthcare facilities like hospitals, labs, clinics. So that is one part of the building blocks which is being created under this mission. Another part is various systems in the digital world can talk to each other only if there is a uniform protocol or language. This is what we call standards. So health data standards are being notified by us, and under this mission, we are talking to various types of stakeholders, including healthcare professionals, citizens, various types of health tech companies, and all parties who are concerned with the healthcare ecosystem. Because any such project can succeed only if the relevant stakeholders show their interest and see value in the mission or project. So once these two things are fully operational and they are adopted by the stakeholder, it will become very easy for the people to develop various applications, value added applications, like especially if we talk about pharmacy sector. How can we enable that buying of medicine, or let us say movement of medicine should be very handy. So these are not very straightforward tasks, and it is not just about creating digital highways, but various legal and regulatory aspects are also involved into it. We also need to be careful about the fact that in healthcare sector we are dealing with the lives of the people, and accordingly all the aspects, starting from digital to legal to regulatory to security related aspects, all aspects need to be duly taken care of. So under this mission, we are very much aware of these nuances and these facts. But when it comes to enabling technological building blocks, we are obviously in very advanced stage, in the sense that certain basic building blocks have already been developed, and standard health data standards have been notified. Obviously, it will keep on evolving because these are not static things, and they need to evolve with time in a dynamic manner. So the overall point is that going ahead, various types of healthcare and wellness services will become very handy to the people. We intend to enable these services as early as possible, because ultimately test of any mission or project is that citizens should be able to get benefit and avail services in a more efficient manner, more affordable manner, at a lesser cost, and better quality of services. So uh, talking about cloud and technology together, they both are basically interlinked. Cloud itself is a kind of technology which has led to greater ease of working, and we can definitely say that all sectors which depend upon IT, cloud is very very significant aspect which has enabled people in facilitating work from home, and doing away with the dependency upon compulsory workplace kind of thing. And technology, obviously, after COVID, is gaining ground, especially in the healthcare sector. People are realizing that it is very important to enable people to avail of various kinds of health and wellness services in a digital mode. COVID has made us realize the importance of digital services, because as we know, during those unfortunate times of COVID waves, everybody was so scared to step out of home. Even going to lift was a kind of panic event for so many of us because of conditions prevailing in the surroundings. And obviously those unfortunate times have made us realize that availability of healthcare services in a digital mode is very very important. If during those COVID waves, teleconsultation services would have been very very readily available, then definitely it would have been very very beneficial to the people, because we need to understand that not only citizens, even the healthcare professionals during that time, they are under pressure, because everybody was kind of afraid because of this COVID related uncertainties, and this infectiousness of this disease was a major cause of concern for everyone. So let us hope this Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission will be able to create digital highways through which we will be able to take care of this fragmentation in the digital healthcare sector, and we will be able to create an interoperable national digital health ecosystem. We are quite confident about it, because things are going in the right direction. And since we are proceeding in a consultative manner, we are also publishing consultation papers on the website of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, that is abdm.gov.in, and we are seeking opinion of all the stakeholders about how to take forward this project. So through this consultative process, we are making sure that all the concerned stakeholders are aligned with our approach, and all the necessary inputs and feedback are taken care of in the approach which we decide. So with this, let us hope we are quite confident that Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission will be able to revolutionize digital healthcare landscape of the country. Thank you.
True, true. We all are quite eager to know how Ayushman Bharat and what National Digital Health Mission is offering to citizens of India. And that will be the game changer. Before you leave, Mr. Abhishek, I just have a question that when we're talking about Ayushman Bharat or National Digital Health Mission, we're talking about huge amount of data. What about the security part of that data? Because there's always a threat of cyber attacks and all those things. Every day we can see something other is happening. So, what kind of mechanism is there to ensure that this data is protected?
Yeah, so let me clarify this point. In fact, this is the question which we commonly encounter whenever we talk about Ayushman Bharat digital question, and this is a very fair question. So let me clarify a few points. First of all, the architecture of Ayushman Bharat digital mission is federated architecture. That means no health data will be brought to centralized database. They will remain wherever they are as on date. So let us say any hospital in Delhi, if it is maintaining some data in their cloud or data center, data will remain there. We are just enabling interconnectivity without doing any actual transfer of data from local databases to centralized databases. So first of all, that takes care of very major aspect of this data security. Secondly, we have published our health data management policy on the website, and it is aligned to the framework of PDP bill, Personal Data Protection Bill. So basically, data principle, that is citizens are in control of their data, and no data can be transferred from any person to any other person without the consent of citizen. So the citizen remains in control of data. And third point is that we are obviously taking care of all the international standards pertaining to information security. So to conclude it, first of all, we are not bringing any data into centralized databases. No health data is being brought into our centralized repository. Whatever registries we are creating, that consists of basic demographic data like name, year of birth, gender, maybe address field. So these are the only minimal data fields which are being used for creation of IDs. So there is obviously no question of any threat to any privacy or security.
Right, right, right. Thank you so much, Sri Abhishek Kumar, Director IT, National Health Authority, Government of India, for joining us today for this very important session on leading IT through a pandemic. And thanks for your special address. I'm sure that the things which you have highlighted, like how COVID has changed things and how we all are in a digital mode, and how digital transformation is taking place in the governance healthcare space in recent past in India, and how National Digital Health Mission will be a game changer for coming days and coming years in the world itself, not only in India. Thank you so much, Abhishek Kumar, for joining us today. We'll take a short break and then we'll start the panel discussion on leading IT through a pandemic, tech's future roadmap for pharma sector. Do join us for that session at 2:30. Thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye.
Thank you.